managing back pain. This video has come as a request, so I'll be looking at the rhomboids. The rhomboids are a group of muscles, two, a rhomboid major and rhomboid minor. They originate at C7 to T5, which you can see here. And they have their attachment point at the medial border of the scapula, which you can also see here. And the pain pattern for it is quite local, right? So this is a really common pain pattern, and it's usually around the medial border of the scapula, which you can see here, so that shoulder blade, right? And so why this is because quite a lot of us live our lives in this kind of hunched over position, right, over our desk. That might seem familiar to you. So it's a postural one, right? And also it could be because of shortened or tight muscles in the front of the shoulder, so around the pectoralis muscles. So in today's video, we're going to work on creating a little bit of space in the fronts of the shoulders, bringing a little bit of movement into the shoulder girdle as well. And I also recommend you check out my video on trapezius for some more stretching for rhomboids, and also latissimus dorsi for building a little bit of strength into that area, right? Everything is kind of interconnected, so these videos will also help you if you're dealing with some pain in rhomboid area. Okay, so grab your mat, and if you happen to have a sock and 2 tennis balls, that would be brilliant. If you also, these are really brilliant, and I use these almost every evening. They're like myofascial balls, so they're quite soft, so that you can rest onto them and we can feel a real deep kind of release of the myofascia, the connective tissue in the back body. If you don't have those, which you may not, and it's fine, you might have a spare yoga mat that you can use, and we'll give a go on both of those and see how we get on with releasing a little bit of tension in the front body. So let's get started. So we'll just begin in a comfortable seated position. You could be on a chair or on the ground, wherever feels comfortable for you. Just try to find a nice sense of stable posture. So strong spine, back of the head slightly lifting, crown of the head lifting up, so the chin is in. And the ears should be sort of over the shoulders, more or less. And that's going to take your body into its nice sort of functional alignment. And then from there, we're just going to bring a little bit of movement into the shoulders. So shoulders move up towards the ears, down and back, up towards the ears. And go really slow with this movement. So it may be familiar to you, you might have done it before, but really try to tune into the movement of your shoulder there. Feel all the muscles that need to work to do this action. So rhomboids, right? They elevate the shoulders, they bring the shoulder blades together. So squeezing them together, up and down and back. And then we'll just start to reverse the movement, so up, forward and down, up, forward and down. You can just do a few rounds of that. It's a really nice one you can do at your desk as well, just to bring really simple movement into your day, right? To be anything too fancy. Body just loves to move. Good, and then we'll gently let that one go. Give your hips a little wiggle out, and then we'll come over onto the hands and knees. So position your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, spread your fingers nice and wide, just getting a nice sense of the ground beneath you. And then as you breathe in, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, draw the chest forward and through. And at the top here, we're going to soften the shoulder blades down the back as though you're moving them towards your back pockets. Just take a moment to feel into that back bend. And then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round through the lower back, middle back, and upper back. And then press the hips forward towards the armpits here, stretching through the whole back line of the body. We're going to take 2 more of those, just go really slow, as though you're feeling each section of your spine just gently move and flow through this back and forth movement. Shoulders drawn down in the direction of your pockets, back pockets. Exhale to round, stretching, pressing the hips forward towards your armpits. And last one, tailbone lifts, shoulders draw back, and rounding into the back body. Good, and then bring your big toes together, sink your hips back, all the way towards the heels. You might find that it's nice to bring your knees wider or narrower, depending on what feels sort of right in your body. And then just take a moment here, rest your head down to the earth. Breathe into the belly. And then slowly start to walk the hands back, up and in towards you. Okay, from here, I'm going to turn around so you can see what's happening. So you're just going to walk the fingertips behind. If it feels okay, you could stay onto your shins and just see how close you can get the hands together. Just as a little test to see where you're at. So maybe the shoulder blades can squeeze quite close together and the chest links. And then gently release. Come back through to center and just take a moment to feel into that space. We'll do that one more time, so the hands walk behind, shoulder blades squeeze together. And then gently come back through. Okay, so if you happen to have 2 tennis balls and a sock, great. You can go ahead and make this really cool little homemade massaging device, right? And you can do this up against the wall or onto the ground. Today I'm going to show you on the ground, right? So the area we're focusing on, again, is that space in between the shoulder blades, almost like right across. And you might even feel a little bit onto the actual shoulder blade. It might also move a little bit up towards the trapezius. So what we'll do is we'll just come to sitting and have the balls by your side as you come to lying down onto the ground. And then once you get there, just lift that upper section of the back so you can slide the balls exactly where you want them to be. And then you can just rest there. And you'll notice as well, as you're here, that there's a lift through the chest. The fronts of the shoulders can drop out. You might find it nice to just extend the arms out to the sides. And just allow the weight of your body to drop into the tennis balls. So you just wait and allow the kind of melting of the tissue around the tennis balls. So rather than trying to go really hard, like pressing down and trying to get like deep sensation, just kind of allow the time to really take you deeper into this one. Taking a few breaths. And then, you can move a little bit down or up. So I've just adjusted maybe by a centimeter, just to look for trigger points in that muscle area. You might wait and hold for another minute. Good time to just really tune into your breath, practice deep belly breathing, in and out through the nose. Just letting the nervous system rest. And then you might move down just another little bit, or up, wherever you've started from. That'll be the determining factor. Good. And then whenever you feel ready, like you've covered that whole area, you just roll yourself to the side and gently take your tennis balls out from underneath and press yourself up. So I will show you what to do with these pretty cool tools for massage, and I'll put a link in the video down below so you can see if you wanted to get them. It's just really, really nice for just helping to soften the tissue, the connective tissue, because it's got a lot of give, right? It's like a little bit bouncy, so that you can really rest into it and the body can kind of feel safe and just relax around it. So we'll do a similar kind of thing here. So I'll just give you one example. So we just come down, and you might position these ones first. So come down to the elbows, place them into that space, the upper back. Then you can rest onto it. You'll feel that kind of lift up. So you can do it this way, sort of across the shoulder blades, and allow the shoulder blades to melt again. You might take the arms out wide. Again, so remember, we're also working on stretching this front of the shoulder area. Alternatively, you could put them lengthways, so you feel a kind of lift. We've done something like this with a brick before in previous classes. And again, allow the arms to soften out to the sides. Just wait and hold. It should feel really nice and just relaxing. You can let your body just drop into that kind of really nice sort of springiness of the fascial balls. And then when you feel ready, just gently moving to the side to roll off, coming up. Now I'm going to show you what to do with your rolled up yoga mat, right? So a similar kind of thing is going to happen. You'll extend back behind you. It's going to support a little bit more of the back, but it's just a really great tool if you don't happen to have tennis balls or myofascial balls. So just coming to bring your lower back right up to the edge of the mat. Walk down onto your elbows and release. And relax again, the fronts of the shoulders down and away. We also have to really think about, the part that the stress of our daily lives has to play in that holding tension and space between the shoulders, particularly our body positioning. So this is literally taking us into sort of that opposite movement pattern. Just training the muscles in a new way, reminding them. So you might stay here for anything like 1 minute to 5 minutes, as long as you feel comfortable, and then tuning into your own body's sort of communication to let you know when it's time to gently move out of this one. So you'll just roll to the side. So that's just a really simple few things that you can do to help support and release tension in the rhomboids. I hope you found this helpful and useful, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.